Hey guys, it's Felipe.
Hey, it's Buddha.
Today's Friday.
Yeah, the weather done changed. It got cold. I'm not liking it. Weather's horrible. Even though ladies at mass today, they were like, Wednesday it was so hot and humid. Today it's freezing. I'm like, well, welcome to Texas. Coffee going here today.
Yeah, need that energy.
For sure, because JV's wanted me to meet her for BP at DBAT after this, and then she's talking about going to the field to pitch her live rounds of BP. I'm like, we have a tournament tomorrow. And it's cold outside. And I'm old. I was like, can I conserve my energy for once? So here I am drinking coffee. Shout out to JV. Yep, she's going out there trying to break more bats in BP, I guess. I'm going to have to buy another one. Which brings me to that meme I posted yesterday. I actually posted it with, there's a girl from San Antonio, Rebecca Ann, we're talking about on her page the other day. She's like, I have an addiction with buying bats. I'm like, I do too. But you can never have too many, and then people are like, why you have so many bats? You're wasting your money. You can only swing one when you're at bat. And then the same friends are like at the tournament, hey bro, did you bring that bat you got? I want to swing at this game. It's like, no, I only brought one because I can only swing one at a time. But yeah, that's pretty funny. We're laughing about that. So anybody, y'all got the Worth EST? It's the green one with the blue letters, balanced, 27 ounce. I'm looking for one. I got a couple bats I can trade. I got a 27 ounce hot sauce or a 26.5 purple Psycho with the blue letters. That one's still new in the wrapper. But yeah, I'm looking for it. 27 only. Don't come at me with 26 or 25.5 saying it feels like this. No, that's what I'm looking for. But I'm also, for that hot sauce and for that Psycho, if you got any other thing else y'all trying to get rid of, but 27 and up. Really, I prefer 27.5, 28 ounces on my bats. And Mikan and Worth only. I don't like the pures. I don't swing Eastons. And it really is not a Mikan or a Worth. Throw it in the trash. I gave y'all a shout out, even though y'all ain't through with no sponsorship, but that's what I like to swing. It's personally it, really right there. It's my preference. Like, do you have a special type of glove you like to use in CrossFit, or you like your hands to bleed?
You know what? I don't even wear gloves.
I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't like my hands to bleed either. You know what? I use Versa Grip has these. Like, they have this wrap with this leather. And a lot of people use them for like deadlifts. I use those for my toes to bars, for my muscle ups, my pull ups. I think they're illegal for competitions. But I don't really care.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Especially if you're not competing, if you're going day-to-day workout.
If I do competitions, I'll just show up barehanded. But if I'm just working out with the guys at the gym, I don't really care to rip my hands. I'm not that gung-ho about it. Because I like my hands to be, I'm not going to say, a lot of girls make fun of them because they say they're very smooth, but I just have very oily skin, I guess. So, that's what I use for my
We'll go with the oily skin.
Actually, what's funny is... like my nails, I'll clip them just for hygiene purposes, but even my toenails, anytime I wear sandals, a lot of the girls make fun of them, like, oh my God, when did you get manicured, pedicured? I'm like, I don't. They just genetically grow like that.
I wish mine did. I've been trying, like mine, y'all probably really can't see. I've been trying to grow these out the whole month of January. It's the first week of February, and they barely got that. This other hand, I done bit them like 50 times. But I want them long because you get that grip on the ball when I'm pitching. Helps with the knuckleball, get a little better grip. So I've been trying to grow them before co-ed won the world, and they're just barely getting to that little length now.
So I'm glad you brought that up. So, just a little advice for those of y'all watching. Did you know that your nails, your hair, even the oil that comes out of your skin, a lot of it has to do with your nutrition?
Yeah, I eat poorly. But it's kind of weird because this side was growing fine. I guess because I finally wanted this side to grow, it wasn't doing it.
But this side's closer to your heart.
Smart man. I was telling also Beatrice Rose, we were talking last night. I got her picked up from my friend Kara's COVID team on the 23rd down there in Houston. She's from Houston. I was telling her and like anyone else, like my cousin, he said earlier in like one of the shows, he don't like being taken advantage of, but he's very knowledgeable. So if you have questions such as that, why won't my nails grow? You know, simple things like that. He's willing to help.
Yeah, a lot of us, just like Buddha had said in a previous show, he didn't like eating vegetables. Well, I had a conversation with somebody who didn't like eating vegetables yesterday, just because. And my first question was, you don't like the texture, you just don't like the taste. Because you can always change the taste of anything by putting certain spices or cooking it a certain way. But the benefits of vegetables are, they're a lot of them are high in fiber, and a lot of them are high in certain vitamins that help your immune system. And your immune system is what helps regulate a lot of the things. So, I mean, you can also take supplements for those people who don't like eating vegetables. But vegetables are so much cheaper. Once you can get past that mindset of the texture or the taste of it, then you'd be surprised on how better your sleep is. How a lot of things change, from your nail growth to the complexion of your skin, hair, just a variety of different things. So as we get older, our body becomes deficient in a lot of things, whether it's the sun, especially during the winter, when the sun doesn't come out as much. That's when a lot of people get deficient in vitamin D, so we have to make it up somewhere else. We don't get thirsty as much because it's cold. So a lot of us get dehydrated, and that's when people start getting flus. So nutrition,
elbows.
Yeah, you get dry skin. So, I mean, nutrition has a lot on how we feel. So a lot of times, when people get moody and all of a sudden they eat, they get happy. That just tells you that nutrition that you ate just made you happy. It's like some people are depressed. Nutrition has a huge part of it. Anxiety, sleeping disorder, sometimes having too much energy. All this has an impact on what we put in our body, whether it's a Coca-Cola, a tequila. I mean, even alcohols make certain people feel a certain way. And then, of course, food. So, may want to look into that. Also, yesterday I made a post about... it's funny when white people make a minority joke, they're considered racist, but a minority makes a white joke,
it's accepted. Yeah,
and people accept it, which is kind of a shame. It's like, and I'm not going to say a lot of people are racist. A lot of people confuse that. So it's like Buddha saying he doesn't like vegetables. It's not like, I don't know if there's a word about being racist against vegetables. He just doesn't like vegetables.
You're going to get me beat up by a bunch of
vegetarians. And some people, like vegetarians, don't like meat. I mean, that doesn't make them a bad person. It just means they grew up a certain way. Same thing with religion. Some people grew up in the United States versus people who grew up in the Asian culture. And maybe Buddhism is a big thing or Hinduism is a big thing over there. And that's just how they grew up. Our parents, unfortunately, grew up in a time when, women didn't have rights, just however the economy was back then. And some of our parents would say certain words or grew up with bad people, and they still think those people are bad. But as time changes, people change and the culture changes, and more things are acceptable now than they were back then. But some of us still have that mindset, like, I mean, maybe I don't like a person because, they sag in their pants or they wear their clothes backwards. I may not invite them to my formal party. That doesn't mean I don't like them. It's just I don't want to bring them to that environment. So, yeah, some people like vanilla, some people like strawberries. That doesn't make an individual bad. That's just their preference. That's just how they grew up. But I guess one of the comments somebody had made is I was fortunate enough to grow up in the military. And in the military, we never looked at each other at the color of our skin. We just, hey, you got my back, I got your back. The only way we're going to survive is by having each other's back. We're both going to bleed, so we both don't want to get shot. We both don't want to end up, But in the same mindset, it's like if we go to war today and Trump said, hey, we're going to go fight the Koreans, all of a sudden it's the Koreans become our enemy. Before, I never hated a Korean, but all of a sudden we're going to war with Koreans. All of a sudden the hate's like, oh, we hate Koreans this. And then the war's over. It's like, oh, it's okay, we're cool.
Yeah.
Like, what just happened? We just hated you guys like 2 weeks ago. Now that the president says the war's over, now we're cool again? Like, what? So it's just weird how a lot of things work. My son grows up in a very diverse school. He's young. And one day I asked him who his friends were. And he would just tell me, when he told me like, oh, that's John over there. And I'm wondering who John is. And he would tell me the color of his shirt versus the color of his skin. Because in his eyes, he doesn't know the difference between any of the colors. He considers everybody his friends. And to me, whenever he said the color of his shirt, there's 3 kids with blue shirts, I still didn't know which one he was talking about. It's just because I'm so used to somebody saying, hey, it's the color of somebody's skin. And I was like, okay, now it narrows it down.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that Mexican dude.
Yeah.
Which one? The white guy. Yeah.
So, but if you look in the colors of the crayon box, you don't find that Mexican color or that.
Brown.
Yeah. So
brown. I mean, we took a picture at P.D. Paul's wedding, and we were down there. I was with all our cousins from the valley. Like, we drive to Austin, the wedding's down there. So I'm with him, his 2 brothers, our other cousins, Victor. Like, Lori was there, like, and I'm in the middle, and then we're looking at the pictures on the camera, and I remember Marcus laughing. He's like, Buddha, you're so white. You see all my brown cousins, and then me just bling right in the middle of them. It was like, yeah, it's funny.
yeah, it's crazy. One of our other memes came in as somebody said one of the greatest football players ever played.
Talk about Brady. I'm a Brady fan. He went to Michigan. If you know, McKinney High, the old logo is the blue and gold M, like the Wolverine. So it was like, you're a Patriots fan. I was like, no, I'm a Tom Brady fan. But even Tom Brady has nothing on this man right here.
And we're going to have to bring up Al Bundy.
Definitely.
Still the greatest football player of all time. Played at Polk High.
If fans are butts. If he wouldn't have met Peggy,
touchdowns in a quarter.
If he wouldn't have met Peggy, he would have did great things.
Yeah, Peggy brought him down.
But God has different plans for everybody. Al Bundy's was to marry Peggy and sell shoes.
And he did sell shoes.
And he was great at it.
The struggle was real. For real. If you've never seen any of the old shows, I don't know if they show any.
Yeah, they show them, but it's like in the middle of the night.
Married with Children.
Usually that's what I'll fall asleep to, coming in from a tournament. It's 4 a.m. I didn't shower. After I shower, people say I'll relax and put them to sleep. As soon as I shower, so hot water hits me, I'm like, boom, wide awake. So it takes me like 30, 45 minutes to like start winding down. So I'll be there a lot of times. That's when I watch Al Bundy. I forgot what channel he's on, maybe TBS or something. But, yeah.
Yeah, like Al Bundy, Married with Children. I also watch his new show, Modern Family, with Sofia Vergara.
I couldn't get into it.
Oh, man. That show's funny. That show literally, like, I have a hard time watching comedians because when I'll hear them, they'll say something funny. I'm just like, I'll kind of smile. But literally, that Modern Family will make me like laugh out loud. Yeah, if you haven't had a chance, you got to check out some of those shows. Let's see. Yesterday, I also got somebody had a question for me.
Yeah, it was Tori Soto. It's my friend, my cousin Rocky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's his friend he grew up with. Like his sons are big into football and wrestling. That's what we've been telling y'all, to ask questions. If you have questions, whether it's softball or CrossFit, nutrition, anything related. If you want our opinion on anything, you want me to ask like who's the sexiest man alive, I'm gonna have to say it's a tie between me and Felipe. I don't care about the abs and all that. You either got abs or you got the dad bod. You know what I'm saying? It's one or the other.
And that's our opinion. We're sticking to it.
It's facts, big facts.
His question is, what is the benefit in doing CrossFit for a wrestler? I've heard that CrossFit is bad for the knees due to the squatting more than 90 degree bend. Just trying to make a decision. All right. So his question is, he heard that CrossFit is bad for the knees due to the squatting more than 90 degrees. So I'm not going to say CrossFit is bad for anybody. Now, CrossFit gyms, most of them, well, all of them are, unless it's a headquarter one, are franchise, meaning that they have an individual owner. That owner pays a franchise fee, and then that owner can basically teach the CrossFit methodology. Meaning, they sort of stick to the rules of CrossFit, but they do the programming. So you may find some gyms do a lot of like Olympic lifting programming. Some do like high intensity interval training where they focus on cardio. Some are sports specific based. So if you go to a CrossFit gym, I always say look around, shop around, even try some of the classes. You may find one that you like that caters towards like a football program or like a mixed martial arts program or things like that, where it's more like anaerobic based, explosions, things like that. You don't necessarily always have to do Olympic lifting. Like I meet a lot of people who don't really care for Olympic lifting. They just want a good cardio workout. They want to lose weight. They want body composition. And a lot of them, you can do that. You can just scale the weight or scale the workout and still get a great workout. But as far as the knees, it just comes down to proper mechanics. Mobility could be an issue. Flexibility could be an issue. Sometimes your ankles aren't as mobile as you want them to, and you may have to have somebody teach you how to stretch. Because all of that will affect your squat, even leading with your knees, an amateur squat, whether if you're leading with your hips. So there's just a variety of things that'll cause your knees. Even the improper muscle balance of the quadricep can push your patella in a certain way, which could cause you to have an ACL injury. So there's a lot of variables when it comes to knee injuries. So I wouldn't want you to make a decision based on what you heard. For an example, when people tell me I read in Men's Health magazine a certain program works best for certain things, it may have worked for that individual who wrote it, because you got to remember, all of us are different. Some of us have long torsos, have long femurs. Some of us are tall, some of us are short. Like me, for example, I have kidney failure, so some of the diets out there may not work for me because they could actually kill me. Some people have a lot of other issues. You may have deficiencies in certain things, so you can't really pick that diet based on that deficiency. Some of us could have medical issues. So, I mean, there's a lot of variety of things out there that could make an impact on what works for certain people, what don't work for certain people. Hormones could have, females have their time of the month. Even guys, some people could have high level.
Some guys have their time of the month.
Right. Estrogen could be high, testosterone could be low, your insulin could be high, you could be diabetic. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of variables. The best thing to do is either talk to a doctor about your medical issues, talk to a really good trainer who's really knowledgeable in a lot of these things, and that's really if that's that important to you. But don't believe a lot of these rumors on you heard this and that, because we can make up rumors too, and none of them will be true. It's just that simple. But hopefully that answers your question. If it didn't, hit me back up, and I'll get more in depth about it. Also, for a lot of you people out there that struggle with finding clothes that fit you, especially if you start working out, or if you're not even working out. Sometimes going to the big and tall store may not be the answer to your problem. I actually had this lady named Tracy Hilburn. She make sure that's no Tracy Bradley. My bad. She came by the gym. She measured me, my neck, my shoulders, the width of my chest, the length of my arm, my waist, and she made me this shirt, which came out really nice. It feels really comfortable. I get to put my little initials in the back of it, so it's not going to be like a heel figure or whatever the name brands out there. I don't know what they are. I'm not really a name brand kind of guy, but I just wanted a nice shirt that I could wear in case I go out. Every once in a while, I'll go out to functions, and I wanted to look nice, so I got me this shirt custom made, and she came through. She measured
You should make
it out.
sweats.
Yeah.
That way you don't wear those.
Right.
Every time it's cloudy outside, I come over here and I'm like, bro, it's not gonna rain that much. But nah, the shirt looks good. It looks nice. I honestly should try to do it because I have T-Rex arms, and then I'm a big dude, so
Right.
like the sizes are always. I have a long torso, short legs, like you were talking about earlier. So like some people are just built different. Some people are built weird.
Yeah, we're not all blessed with those great Victoria's Secret model bodies. But yeah, she comes out and she measures everything, and then she actually brings it to you to make sure it fits. They do everything from shirts to pants to suits to even like t-shirts, so that way you're not having to shop around for something that doesn't fit you. I don't like my pants. My waist is small. I'm not gonna say my glutes are big, but I'm working on it.
The gains.
Right. And sometimes my thighs are, my thigh to waist measurements are off. So every time I buy pants, it's like the waist is really too big for them to feel comfortable in my pants, or, it's always an issue. I can never find them, or they're just too long and I'm too short. I'm not really a skinny jeans kind of guy. 'Cause I still want to feel like a
I
man.
don't want to get into that right now.
So they can make everything. So here's her information, Tracy Bradley. You can always look her up on our website, give her a call, check it out. She may even answer some questions if you have any. So
like that, we too, like I were giving a shout out to Tracy Bradley here, is like also other people. You want publicity, especially right now. We're starting out, like we're getting more and more followers. People are asking questions, talking about it, approaching me at the field.
Oh yeah, if you own a business out there and you want us to give you a shout out and place your logo or your company name for people to watch, feel free to shoot that to us in the next few weeks, because as we get more popular, it's gonna cost money.
Yeah, because they said we're starting here, but eventually we're gonna go to a studio. We're just finding our format, our ground right here, getting our rapport back and forth back together, and just building it up. Like I said, I'm ready to start doing interviews. I think we're gonna have some good, funny ones. Just pull random up, because I know a few people have asked to come on here, and I'm just like, hold on, give us a second. That way we can get you here. But yeah, I forgot one of my friends are gonna get us some shirts made. They want us to wear the shirts at least once a week. So on there. So
I like shirts.
Yeah, as I said, they don't have to be dry fits, they can be cotton, whatever, sub dyes. So, but yeah, for short, like I said, we like to show love. So we give out love, show us some love. That's what it's all about.
So I have a question. So what caused you to go into softball? I mean, where did it start?
Okay, so
Where did this whole thing start?
it starts back. My baseball is a big thing. Like I'll talk about how soccer over the years has grown in popularity, but back when my grandpa was a kid, they didn't play soccer like that. Baseball is America's pastime. So like eventually you transfer from baseball to where people still want to play, but it's harder to hit. You can't throw as hard. You don't have a pitcher. The equipment's more expensive. So I went to softball, but it started really with my grandfather on Wildman, my dad's dad. Like all of him, our cousins, like Gooey Louie, our cousin Louie Gonzalez, he's a doctor. What is it for the health of it? Y'all should check him out. Louie gave you a shout out, cuz. But so like his dad, like it's my grandpa. Louie's dad is my grandpa's first cousin, but our moms are sisters. Yeah, it sounds weird. No, we're not from Arkansas. But it's two different. Like my dad and Louie are cousins, and they married sisters. But it's like all my grandpa's, like all of his first cousins, his brother, my great uncle Terry, they all played softball. It was Holy Family. That was the church that they had went to there in McKinney. So even then, like when me, Rocky, Jason, and all of us played, we still refer to ourselves as like the new Holy Family. So that's where it started. Then my dad got into it, and I grew up at the softball fields. I remember when Softball World there in Euless was first like coming out, brand new, was really nice. And anybody that's old school, like my age, a little younger, a little older, y'all remember the arcade that was in there? Now where you go and pay for the tournaments, back then was an arcade room. So, and then the upstairs, it had like you could go watch games at a bar. But so I grew up around the field, so I didn't start playing until after I came home from being incarcerated. The first time I was working at LA Fitness. It was through your word that got me the job.
Right.
But so I met Mark Cáceres and them. They were up there. I signed them up like for gym memberships, and they said, "Hey, we're gonna play a softball team." So I went and got old man Bobby Villa, my mentor, old man Ricky Bobby, to play. That's how I met Josh Chavez. That's where I just started out, and then from there it's just took off. Like I said, I never wanted to pitch, but my cousin Rocky made me. I think I told that story on here. I'm out there, like we're playing in the league, and actually Tori, the one that asked the question about the benefits of a wrestler, he was the pitcher. We played our first game, he couldn't throw strikes. That weekend, following weekend, they see me pitching BP to my girls at co-ed. It was my first co-ed team we were playing on Friday nights, but it's a Sunday, we're out there practicing. So as Rocky and Becky Arganez and Peter, they were like, "Hey, Brent, you ready to pitch on Tuesday?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I've never pitched before, even as a kid. Like, I played second base, outfield, and catcher." So I'm like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." So we get there Tuesday, and they said, "All right, you're pitching." I'm like, "Man, I'm not a pitcher. I'll never pitch. I've never done this before." So I'm arguing with Becky and Peter, and all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, well, I guess we'll let Tori pitch." Rocky's my older cousin. He's been punking me my whole life. So they're arguing with me. They don't want to really get into it. They see I'm mad, don't want to pitch. Rocky goes over there and is like, "Nah, nigga." He goes, "We seen you pitching to your girls. You're pitching, ain't trying to hear it. You throw strikes. Tori doesn't. Tori's going to right, you're pitching." So years later, like Rocky's like, "I don't see why you pitch, because I showed y'all the videos, pitchers getting hit." Matter of fact, I just got blown up by Rachel Hawkins. Y'all follow my Snapchat. I pitched the ball inside. She told me earlier, them inside pitches, "I'll hit you." I throw it in there. As soon as she hits you, she's like, "Hey, stupid, she told you she'll blow you up." So we had the pitching screen. I'm like, "Nah, I'm behind the screen. I don't move." And like when I step out to pitch, my leg is still hanging dead on the knee. But anyway, Rocky's saying, "I don't know why you pitched." And I just give him that look like the little goat earlier in the moonlight. Mm-hmm. You're the one who got me put on the mat. So I was like, if I'm going to play the position, I'm going to learn how to do it right. So that's just kind of how it went, just an addiction to the game. And then when I got like the Pollock there in the Feds, like that's when I started playing again. And now here it just occupies my time, keeps me out of trouble. Good people out there playing softball. Just my extracurricular activity keeps me from hanging out with I always say my gangster homies. Because with them, they don't make me do anything I don't want to do, but you put yourself around certain situations, yeah, it's more likely to occur. So, but yeah, that's how I got into it, and I just love the game. It's a lot of fun. I play with a lot of emotion. Tense player. I wish I could get 10 years back.
Be young again.
Yeah, with especially the knowledge I have of the game now.
Is softball expensive, or can it be expensive?
Yes, it can be. Like I said the other day, at $500 worth of bats, I was just buying. That are just out and about. Like, I keep 4 bats of my own. I still have some that people covet because they don't make them anymore. They're re-editions. I have like the OG models. But it's that, like, really it depends how you play. Like, usually on a weekend, if you're not on a sponsored team, it's $20, $30 to play that tournament. So then, like, league, if you're not on a sponsored team, it's like $30, $40 to play. So let's say you want to play league 3 nights a week. It's about, let's say, $100 easy. Then like that's without the uniforms, and you got to pay an extra like $20-$25 for a uniform. And it can add up. That's what
you need a glove.
Yeah, the gloves.
Shoes.
If you go out there with the strap glove, my cousin Mo loves making fun of people with the Velcro glove. But yeah, you can kind of tell like a good glove's at least $100, like brand new. You can find some used like 60 or 80
at a garage sale.
Not like a garage sale, but like on the pages like Facebook, a bunch of buy, sell, trade pages. Same thing with bats. You can get a used one. I just don't like buying used ones. I'm kind of picky. I look at them, see how good they are, how they hit, because people will alter their bats.
Yeah.
And then they sell them to you, and you don't know what you have. Next thing you know, you blow up a picture. And so, like, people, you're shaving your bats. Don't turn around and sell them on the bat pages, please. Getting other people caught up just because you wanted to cheat don't mean they do, and they don't even know. Or if you're going to sell a shaved bat, at least tell them so they have a heads up. Be like, hey, it's cut. But yeah, cut means they hollow out the inside so the ball comes off hotter. So a lot of people, they feel like they're better than what they really are. So I want to hit a home run. I want to shave my bat. Like, why don't you go to the cage and work on your swing?
Yeah.
Get some steroids or something. But yeah, I'm not. That's how you want to play the game. It's how you want to play the game. But that's what. Just saying, just don't set people up for failure. If you're gonna sell an altered bat, let them know what's altered.
Do you need a bat, a glove, shoes?
Yeah, the bats brand new are like $200 to $240. Unless you're one of them into hurrying up and buying the Pures, those are like $300 and something. I don't even know why. And some people like Pures. I'm not a fan of them.
You need a helmet?
I have a pitching helmet. It's actually a hockey goalie helmet. That way I don't get my face knocked off.
But I mean, for like a normal person who just first day, okay.
You're going to need shoes.
Okay, somebody calls me and says, Felipe, you want to be on a softball team? Like, okay, what do I need?
You can go out there in your tennis shoes, but like the turfs I wear, they're about $80. The New Balance, that's what I used to big on Mizuno, but New Balance turfs, that's where it's at. Then, you know what I'm saying, your glove, you can get a cheap one, decent one, about $60 with the Velcro strap. And then a bat, if you want a bat, do not buy one from Academy and Walmart, none of that. You're wasting your money there. Like I said, if I have a Boomba, I'll sell you, it's better than those.
Right.
But so, let's say you want a brand new bat, $200.
Not everybody needs a helmet?
Nah, you don't wear helmets in softball. Just for pictures, dude.
But you need a cap?
You want to wear one.
Okay. Just block the sun from your eyes?
Block the sun from your eyes.
Some cool shades?
Some cool shades, yeah. Then that's when you're getting to the extra stuff, so it gets more expensive.
Bag of sunflower seeds?
Sunflower seeds. I dip. I'm big on seeds.
Big leach chew?
Big leach chew, yeah. Like I said, it didn't get expensive, especially like buying the jerseys and then. So people that are playing on sponsored teams, I'm just kind of stare at you for a minute because some of y'all are unappreciative. You don't understand the money that your sponsors
versus the unsponsored
put into it. So I know some of them guys, they put out a lot of money. Even the coaches on some teams, they have to dish out money on their own. So you know what I'm saying? If you're playing for free out there, appreciate it. Even if you're that good, still don't be up on your high horse. Right? At least give them a shout out and a thanks. I know John King's always asked people to give thanks to their sponsors as well. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Don't exploit it. Don't take advantage of people. And especially if you're playing on a sponsored team, go out there and give it your all. Don't go out there lollygagging. You shouldn't do that anyway, even if you pay to play. Because if I'm going 110, I expect you to do the same. I ain't gonna lack.
Yeah, gotta be a team player.
For sure, all the time. But yeah, it's pretty much, that's how I got into it, was through my dad watching it. You know? And then just addicted, like I said, like my cousins, Rocky, Jason, all of them, they played. I say the best one out of all of us, man, it's hard to say. Because you gotta go back to the old schools through all of us. My dad was a beast. Danny Pena was pretty good. Bobby Villa. My Uncle Louie. So he's a stud. My thing with my dad and them, when they used to play, was different now because a lot of people run their mouth. Back then they could fight.
Right.
And my dad and them, they like to drink and I like to fight. He made a post a few weeks back. He put the old school Holy Family team on there. He goes, that was one mean drinking, fighting machine. And then they did not play. You go to running your mouth. Remember my favorite softball fight story is like a prison riot. I just remember everybody on the field fighting, and it was co-ed. So you have guys fighting guys, the girls fighting girls. I'm telling you, it was in Princeton at a benefit tournament. Man, they were getting down. And this is what I'm going to tell you. Anyone knows Johnny Trevino, better known, most commonly known, a.k.a. Indio. Mm-hmm. He was a kickboxing champion. But I remember seeing this, and not no lie, you can ask other people that were there. Indio had a dude in a headlock and was punching him while he was fighting two other dudes kicking him. I'm talking about, it was majestic. That boy was putting in some work. But yeah, it was pretty bad. I remember Chinky, he accidentally hit a girl. So he's coming from the concession stand. He wasn't playing. They start fighting. He runs out there. He has his burger in his hand. A chick grabbed him from behind. He turns around and hits her. Boom. Had lettuce, tomatoes all over. So he stops. He's like, because you know what I'm saying? There's a whole bunch of chaos going around. So like someone grabs you, you're just instantly banned. You're in beast mode. So her name, they called her Taco. Her name was Tanya. It was a black chick. She goes, Chinky, you can't be hitting no girl. She grabs her like, you okay, baby? Dusting the lettuce off, the pickle. And you go, and she's like, yeah, I'm good. Bam, lays her out. And he goes, now I can hit her. And then she used the B word. But yeah, it was pretty bad. But what's funny is when the cops came, they separated it. This fight started was Bobby Villa played shortstop, was arguing with the dude who slid into second. They're mouthing. That dude's in Bobby's face. Bobby's brother Ruben comes from the outfield and hit that dude so hard it sounded like a shotgun. Bam! Picking on his little brother, you know what I'm saying? He didn't like it. So everyone's fighting. When the cops come, we're talking about the race incident. If anyone knows Princeton, Texas, back in the early 90s, very small, still not even big now. They had all the Mexicans lined up like on the little restroom, like where the building's at, on the wall. So they were like, all right, you want to press charges on him? My dad said, wait a minute, this dude came and hit me in the back of the head with a ball. He goes, well, I'm going to press charges on him then. He goes, look, and so they're arguing bang. He goes, look, if you don't press charges, I don't press charges. So they left it like that, and they said, oh, y'all get in y'all's cars and leave. But yeah, I'll tell you, it was crazy. Nowadays, you fight, you get suspended. Because there's been some fights, don't get me wrong. Right. I ain't going to say the team names because I'm trying to put all that. I'm just going to say last year at Keys Park, there was a pretty big brawl. And both them teams got suspended for a year. I'm not saying it's cool to fight. I'm just saying back then, all that, there wasn't no bumping like people do now.
It was normal.
It was normal. But like a lot of people, they do a lot of smack talk. I just like playing the game. I really don't argue. I'm out here it's a game. You know what I'm saying? I'm not taking it personal. But some people go out there and get their emotions involved. And it's like, I always say I don't like playing men's. I like playing co-ed.
Right. It's
more fun, relaxed, chill. But I will play men's. Men's is definitely more competitive. Not nothing against the ladies in co-ed because, you know, some of y'all go hard. A lot of y'all go hard. But men's is just, it's all guys out there, it's definitely a different, faster paced game. Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember growing up back in the days, if you had an argument with somebody, we got in a fight and that was it. Nowadays, it's like people want to sue you or press charges, or it's not fun anymore. So I did grow up in that time frame where you fought, you lost. Hopefully you catch them on a better day.
Yeah. When you had an issue, you just duke it out. No big deal.
Wild Wild West has
definitely gone. So what else?
This weekend, let's see what's going on. You said you have a tournament this weekend?
Co-ed winner state. We right now, like, there's only been a few tournaments, but I was tripping out on our power rankings. I can't remember. We're like number 3 in the state.
Oh, yeah?
Maybe not power rankings, or maybe point wise, number 3, I think. Artie's number 2, and Anna's team, 3 Extreme, they're number 1. If I remember seeing it right, I kind of tripped out. It's like, So, but yeah, definitely try to put in some work this weekend. All y'all playing out there in Rowlett, I'll say what's up, hey, but on the field, it's going down. Y'all don't be blowing me up in the cold either. Now, I throw you flattened outside, that's my fault, I'll eat it. But don't be coming intentionally at me at the mound, because we will retaliate.
There's some UFC fights this weekend for you fight fans. What's his name? Anderson Silva is a co-main event versus Israel Adesanya. That's going to be a real good one because he's an up-and-comer. And, of course, Anderson Silva, who's a legend. Yeah, and then the main event is Whitaker versus Gastelum. Whitaker's the Australian champ at 185 pounds, and Kevin Gastelum is a UFC reality show winner. So that'll actually be a good fight as well. I'm excited to see both those fights. So, again, that's this weekend on Saturday. And I really don't have anything going on this weekend. I'm trying to focus on eating good.
Message him out. I said I gotta meet JV at BP. But yeah, it don't seem like I'm ignoring my fans out there. But
let's see what else is going on. Valentine's Day is next weekend. So guys,
we'll be out there with my water hose. Y'all see me? I'm salty. I'm spraying y'all down. But yeah, guys, definitely treat your ladies well. Ladies, don't let it all be about you. Like I said, guys like to be wined and dined. We want our car door open sometime. Also, we'll go ahead and throw the meme on at the end. It kind of struck some nerves the other day, but it said we'll show you the meme. It'll be up here. Boom. What I'm talking about, it's funny. I'm saying it jokingly. Don't think that's how I actually think, but I like to have fun. But definitely, ladies, this is the way it should be, all right? Sometimes, just a little bit. Just a little bit. All right? Can we get some love?
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with being in a relationship, if you are in one, that both people give 50%. It doesn't always have to be 90-10 or 80-20.
Even better, y'all give 100-100.
Yeah. So that's coming up next weekend. Might as well plan for it. If you stay ready, then you are ready at all times.
Definitely.
I have a dog in here that keeps me mugging, making these noises.
Yeah, she's ready to go outside.
Ready to party it up outside.
Yeah.
But other than that, guys, it's Friday. You guys stay warm. I know it's still going to be cold this weekend. I think the temperature's still dropping. Stay safe and whatever you do. If you drink, get an Uber. It's not worth getting in trouble for that.
Most definitely.
And we'll see you guys on Monday. I'm Felipe.
I'm Buddha.
Peace.
Hello, my name is Jacob Azriel.
Hello, my name is Joshua Adam.
And we are J&J Movie Credit. Today we're going to be talking about Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. It was good. It was sad. The part that I thought was sad was when they killed Spider-Man.
Spider-Man died.
I like when Miles decorates his suit, and I like when they come from the different dimensions.
It was good.
No.
At the end, I was like this.
It was good. It was mainly about him getting bit by a spider, and then he sees Spider-Man, and he's like, "You're like me with a spider sense." And then he tries to stop him from the portal, and then they put him inside the portal, and he could see what's coming through the other side. And then it blasts the whole place, and then the Spider-Man is found on the floor, and Kingpin is in it, and Kingpin splashes him on the stomach, and he dies.
If I ever got bit by a spider, I would want to be Spider-Man.
But
Climbing on the roof.
I would want to be Spider-Man, but before I would put on a suit or anything, I would try to learn how to control my powers. Okay, we got Miles right here, another Miles. We got Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man. We got this original
Spider-Ham.
We got Spider-Ham / Peter Parker. We got Spider-Noir, another Miles, and another Spider-Man. Yes, I would buy the movie. I really enjoyed that movie.
I'd buy it.
It's kid friendly because he's a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. I would go see it more than once, but you don't have to. I would buy it on DVD. So we actually got these at McDonald's. They're probably not there anymore. So what you do is pull back the web, and then there's a button right here. Push it, and they'll come back to you. You can also. I think it's funny at the end when they're going back to their dimensions, and Spider-Ham gives Miles a hammer, and he's like, "Take this, it'll fit in your pocket."
Spider-Ham, he's funny. Because at the end he was like, you have a problem with cartoons.
Yeah, because he's fighting, and he's like, "You're a cartoon," and he's like, "You got a problem with cartoons." I thought it was funny because he was like, they're all asking Miles what his superpowers are, and Spider-Ham was like, "Could you float in the air when you smell a delicious pie?" Be sure to like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to get alerts of our new videos. And if there is any Pacific movie you want us to do, just hit that down in the comments below. I'm gonna do the floss. The popcorn dance, or the remote where you have a bowl of popcorn